Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty Ghosts, which I had the opportunity to play last Friday. I've written a whole preview if you want to go and look at my thoughts in depth, because I'll just be hitting on a few bullet points. Now this Saturday I will be at the EB Expo in Sydney, so if you're going, leave a message, we'll meet up. I'm the tall dude with the mohawk. Don't know what I'll be wearing yet, I haven't made that decision, but I will be there. I'm looking forward to playing Titanfall, that's pretty much the only reason why I'm going. Now, Call of Duty Ghosts. Got the chance to play the multiplayer of this for about 2-3 hours on Friday. I was going to put footage up, but Activision haven't got back to me with B-roll yet, so I'm just going to put some photos and me talking. First let me say that we were playing on Xbox Ones. Now I'm going to do a separate video on the controller for the Xbox Ones, because I'm not that enthused. Which sucks, because I was like, yes, the Xbox has the best controller, and then you play it and the thumbsticks are so small. But anyway, different video. This is about Call of Duty. Now, it looks really, 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 really good. And I don't know if this is just because they've polished it or because it's on new hardware, but it looks fantastic. Like, I've been a big proponent of saying, no, we don't need next generation consoles, it's not going to look that different. But, you know, it's noticeable. It looks really, really, really good. And it's like, you look at the screenshots and like, oh, it just looks normal. But when you get the chance to play it on HD and all this stuff, you look at the small things, you look at the textures. Like, there was this wooden box, and I was looking at it because I spawned and I was too busy trying to eat my sausage roll. And I'm looking at it going, whoa, that is unbelievably detailed. So I'm happy with this next generation because it looks really good from the one game I've played so far. And if it's Call of Duty that looks good, imagine how the next Uncharted is going to look. So, you know, I'm happy for next generation. If I keep looking over there, I'm looking at my notes because I'm a genius. And I need notes. But no, it looks really good. It sounds really good. They've got new audio technology as well. So when you're in say there's an explosion in a smaller room, it's a lot more impactful than it would be outside for obvious reasons. Whatever headset we were wearing, they were Turtle Beach. They were pretty cool, but they're like the Call of Duty branded ones, so I don't know if they're PX what. But they were pretty good. I used Tritons myself, but they were pretty cool beans as well. Now, what are we going to talk about? This is Call of Duty, so if you're going to be like, yes, there's a new generation of consoles, it's going to be so different, it's not. It's Call of Duty, it's unapologetically Call of Duty, but I think that they've changed enough and added and implemented new systems and new game modes and new stuff that it might be a little bit more, it might be fresher, because a lot of people like myself have been like, Call of Duty 4 was really amazing, World at War was really amazing, Modern Warfare 2 was... Black Ops was really good, and Modern Warfare 3, I'm getting tired of this shit. Now Black Ops 2 comes out. I haven't played Black Ops 2. Like, the time that I just played it religiously, the last time was January, and I think since then I've maybe played it 3 times. Because I'm burned out. Everyone's burned out of Call of Duty, but I think that the implementations in this game will be enough to make you want to play it religiously again, because there's some good things they've changed. Like, they've changed the creator class. Now, I didn't get to use all of the perks, I didn't get to use all of the guns, so I can't speak for the entire system, but the perk system's different. It's kind of borrowed from Treyarch's Pick 10, but it's much like Homefront, if you played Homefront before. All your perks, you can pick as many, you know, you can pick whatever, it's no longer yellow, red, and blue, I think they are. It's just they're everywhere, and certain perks have certain amount of points. Now, you can spend up to 8 points. So say Sleight of Hand requires 2 points, then obviously you have 6 points to go. So you can have 4 perks, you can have 1 perk, because there was one that cost 5 points, so you use the one that cost 5 points and you only have 3 points left over. So I think it's a lot more customizable. That apparently there's over 20,000 different combinations that you can use of guns, perks, and all that kind of stuff, which is really awesome. You can also... gun customization and stuff like that's still pretty much the same. It's just more intuitive, I think. And then you've got character customization, which we spent 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, you know, customizing our characters. You can play as a woman now, which is really cool for ladies that play Call of Duty, but I do have a problem with that, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But you know, you can change your outfit, your helmet, your camo, what you look like if you're like the bad guys or the good guys and stuff like that, which I don't understand why people like. I'm a huge customization fan, that's why I love Saints Row so goddamn much, but it just doesn't make sense in a first-person environment. I mean, it's great and I like it, but I don't know why they're spending so much time talking about it and why everyone's loving the shit out of it. But nonetheless, I mean, it is what it is. Now, you can play as a woman, and I felt really bad because I was running around as a dude and I was stabbing people because I had the kill streak. Now, I'm not going to talk about the kill streaks because I only got to experience 3 of them, sorry. And you know, you see the whites in their eyes when you stab women in the throat. And it's weird, I have no problem executing, you know, my phone is ringing, but I'm going to let it ring out. Don't call me when I'm making a video, Mum. But no, yeah, like it gives you a weird feeling because I've never had any problem murdering women in other video games, but it's just you get really close and it's unsettling. But you know, what can you do about it? What else do I want to talk about now? Sniping. Everyone knows I hate sniping, so I thought I would do some sniping gameplay. I use the sniper rifle. You can quick scope, don't worry, it's perfectly fine. But thanks to a dual rendering technology, now when you look through the scope, instead of all this area being black and you can only see what's through here, you can see through here and all around here. Which I think is ridiculous, because if you're going to use a long-range weapon, you should have to give up some, you know, close-quarters tactical awareness so you can see everything around you now. Not a fan of that. And I'm also, what was I not a fan of? I think I've hit on everything. The new game modes are pretty fun. I'm not going to go into detail. You can Google them or you can read this. You can corner lean and vaulting. That's what I have a problem with. Because it's Call of Duty and it runs so unbelievably smooth, you know, it's an unbelievably smooth experience at 60 frames, whatever the fuck, and all that stuff, you now can just vault over cover, which, yes, you have been able to do in other games, but you haven't been able to do it in Call of Duty, and it's a lot more fluid and all that stuff you would think. However, I think it just needs more polishing and it'll be fixed. But what you tend to do, you run up to the cover, and you're like, push A, and then he goes, and then he jumps over. It's that microsecond that you stop that is so annoying because like it's so smooth otherwise, and that's why it's so noticeable. But it's so annoying when that happens. And the other thing is you can lean around cover, which yes, has been in video games since the dawn of first-person shooters, but I don't understand why it's in Call of Duty. It doesn't make sense. And Call of Duty is this fast-paced action game. You don't really want to be spending your time looking around corners, but it's there if you want to use it. You can turn it off in the options, which is what I did. So those are my Call of Duty Ghost thoughts. See you guys at the EB Games Expo if you're going on the Saturday. Until next time, I'm out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Au revoir.